Okay, aloha. My name is David Bernabe. I live on the island of Molokai, home state, Kalamoula. I started keto about 2 years ago. I was referred to by Dr. Paul Martin because I needed to have my knees done. I had chronic knee problems. I was the highest weight I was 376 pounds, and I had to lose weight to do my surgery for my knees. I started keto at 341 pounds. I'm now at 196 pounds with a loss of about 145 pounds, which took me about 20 months, I think. And uh, um, keto wasn't an easy diet, but it was well worth it. I got to where I was for not taking care of myself because I was very athletic when I was in high school. And I graduated from high school. I was 130 pounds of twisted steel and sex appeal. Twisted steel and sex appeal. And I got up to 376 pounds, eating anything and everything except vegetables. Except vegetables. Because my mother raised a lion, she didn't raise a rabbit. And before, I just ate, and I could eat like almost 2 cups of rice a meal. I have no rice now. I have no sugar, no starches to the keto diet. That's how I lost my weight. My health wasn't well. I had diabetes, high blood pressure, my cholesterol, and now I don't take my metformin anymore. My last reading on the current was 5.4.
Wow.
So I was up to 7.5 at one time, and then 6.7, and then now 5.4. So she took me off of the metformin for the past like 8 months now. My blood pressure is under control. My cholesterol is under control. Just by eating right and following Dr. Jodi. The diet was, real hard. It was hard for me because I don't eat any kind of stuff. I don't eat vegetables, and she still let me eat my poi. But
Very little.
very, very little of my poi, which is not every day. But my stamina and my energy just goes. I mean, now my wife got to come look for me in my yard. When I used to do my yard before, I used to carry one chair around because I couldn't walk, and I didn't have the energy to do my work in my yard.
Wow.
But it's just well, if you can encourage your friends and stuff to get in touch with Dr. Jodi and do this thing because it is very helpful. Thanks to my wife too, she got on the thing with me to help me with this journey. And I'm still on it, and I'm still losing weight. But I think I am right now. So I wanted to thank you, Dr. Jodi, for what you did, my wife. Aloha, mahalo.
Aloha, I'm Healani Chang. I started this keto prescription September 22. So I had recently changed physicians, and Dr. Morton suggested I see his nutritionist. And so he made a recommendation. I said, sure, why not? You're my new doctor. And you appeared. Yeah, so I was struggling with, and I still continue to struggle with arthritis in the knees and the hips and a little bit in the back. Certainly carrying extra weight doesn't help, so that was a big problem. And together with my doctor, we decided, let's try something new because what I was doing wasn't working. So also, I was pre-diabetic, hypertensive, and I'm taking medication for blood thinners. Back in 2018, I joined the Ornis program. My physician recommended that. She thought her previous patients had good results from that, and I did. I did, lose like 40 pounds with it in the 9-week program, but after the 9 weeks, I think that's where I fell off. While that program was great, I enjoyed the exercise, the meditation, and the social group, and we all did great on it. But sustaining it after 9 weeks was really difficult. I mean, we pretty much cut off. You try to do it on your own, and we kept our groups going for at least a year, walking down at Almona Park and things. But when you get away from it, things creep up, and you got family, and the meats look good, and so I guess things started changing. I'm pretty sure it was all the carbs. I didn't have meat for 4 years, or fish, or egg yolk, egg whites, and I thought I was doing right, but I guess I wasn't, because once you start counting up all the carbs that turn into sugar, the weight was coming up, and I didn't realize that. So I guess since joining keto, I've been able to eat meat and fish, and that's been great. And just cutting back, very intentionally on the carbs, on the rice, my favorites, pasta, potatoes, and just trying to focus on healthy fats and healthy eating with the program, and it's been great so far. So since beginning, I've lost 54 pounds, 44 inches, and I guess it's working. And I do put a lot of credit into coaching. I'm a team player, and I've always been coached on various teams over my lifetime. So I guess I like that. It added, did you think of this? Are you, doing that? And how are you? The reflection, and then I'm ultimately responsible for my behaviors and what I choose. But every so often the coaching tips help and gets me back on focus. I think what I've learned from all of this is if I do slip up, I don't beat up myself like I used to. I'm beat up in the sense that I go back and just carb out. I just go, okay, that was a day, and now this is another day coming up. So I'm just going to forget it. I'm not going to beat myself up. And it's a fresh day. I'm going to do it again. Back on the keto plan. Goals. Yeah, get back into the Planet Fitness gym. There's a few machines in there I used to enjoy. And I think that would help me get things moving. They're seated, so that helps also. And no, looking forward. This has worked, and I'm really pleased with the plan. And it's been over a year. And I want to keep trying to do it. And if you keep talking to me and letting me stay in the program. That's it. Okay, aloha.
Hello, my name is Caprice Vita. I am 56 years old, born and raised here in Hawaii. Proud to be a mom of a 27-year-old daughter. Graduated from Mid-Pac, went to Creighton University. Single mom, put her through. Life is great now, but I didn't have such an easy journey. I was working, I had my career going, had the life that I've always wanted, and then all of a sudden I got sick. And I noticed swelling in my leg, and I was just getting off of breast cancer. I was in remission, and my oncologist told me, hey, you're looking like you're swelling. Next thing you know, I was in the emergency room, and through the next couple of months, in and out of the emergency room. Finally, they thought it was my gallbladder. They took that out. Wasn't that. I was still sick, and then what they finally found was that I came down with liver disease, and it was severe enough where I had to go on the liver transplant list. At that point, life just crumbled for me, and my journey wasn't the journey I thought I was on. My road was just shattering, and they say when the sky is falling, well, my sky fell. I was literally in bed for months. I needed assistance going to the restroom and doing the daily things of life that people take for granted. I couldn't even do it anymore, and I needed help. I was in a walker. Then eventually, I was so tired and disgusted with the phase of that life that I was in. There were days that I did not want to be here. There were days that were so dark. There were days I couldn't even get myself out of my lift chair and go go stand outside and enjoy the sun. I was so weak that I couldn't do that. My muscles were gone. I could not even hold a soda can. Not that I would drink it, but just giving you some reference, I could not carry anything. I could not even hold a knife or feed myself. So I was in a really depressed state, and it just was taking a toll over me. And I told myself, just one day I was sitting on my lift chair and I said, you know what, I am so disgusted with myself, because I used to be a woman of perseverance, confidence, and I just told myself, get the F out of this state. Dig yourself out of this ditch that you dug yourself into. So I called my girlfriend and I told her that I needed something more. And she says, well, since you're working on your health, why not take it another step and try and work on your sugar, reducing the amount of sugar you intake. And I said, oh, okay. I really don't know much about sugar, because I was so concentrated on sodium, reducing my sodium intake. So next thing you know, I set up an appointment with Dr. Jodi. I saw her on January 4th, 2023, and she started me on a different journey, a journey that I never even knew existed. It's this thing called keto. And I've seen keto books before, and I've heard about clean keto, dirty keto, etc. You see all this thing in the media, but she was different, and I wanted to hear what she wanted to tell me, and how because my girlfriend was a very good example. She was doing it for, I think, about 4 years right at that point, and she looks fantastic, and she's like a role model to me in my life. I've known her for about 15 years, and so Dr. Jodi started to teach me, and month after month, I started to learn new things. And she has this phased approach, which I like, because by trade, I'm a project manager, so I liked phases and steps. So I did the first month, and in the first month, I think I lost about 7 inches, and I thought I was healthy at that point. And I every month and month over that, I just was more inches and more inches and more weight and more weight. And I started looking not just thinner, I started looking healthier. My bone muscle started to come back. My muscle mass started to come back. People, when I would see them out at either my aquatic swim class or whatnot, they always says, God, you're looking good. And I started to get these compliments only after like 3 months. And I knew it wasn't anything I was doing, because I've been doing what I was doing for months and months over months, and I never got a compliment. But it was just when I started to eat differently and reduce the amount of sugar, because I had more energy, the body started to change, and the compliments started to come, and the energy started to come. Everything that went along with being healthy, having a healthy diet, and having a healthy exercise, and having a new medical team, which included Dr. Jodi, started to give me a different life. My journey started to change. I didn't think there was any more curves in my plan, but there were different turns, like a U-turn in my life, when I started eating differently, and I started reducing the amount of sugar I intake per day. So now I not only measure the salt intake, I measure the sugar intake. And my exercise plan has gone off the charts. You know, I take that, I do it with pride now. I do it with a purpose. I've gained back my self-confidence through feeling better, through knowing that my body is getting the right nutrients I need. When I'm hungry, I know what to eat. I don't eat all the bad stuff. Anything in the package or a can, I will not eat, except tuna, or salmon. But it's a whole different lifestyle. It's not just a diet that you go on, it's a lifestyle change. It's an impactful life change. So this is my journey with Dr. Jodi has been life-changing. And you know, my friends see it, my family sees it. I have other friends that are on Dr. Jodi's program now, because I didn't have to tell them anything. They saw the results in me. They saw the change, not only in my attitude, my confidence, just my body, and the structural change that it's come to, and the energy that I have. I take a lot more pride in myself. And you know what? I love myself now. I love the person I am today because of all my docs, because of Dr. Jodi. I have a different purpose in life. And I've been the healthiest I've ever been in my life after 56 years of thinking that you're all that. You're not. But when you make a different change in your life, in your lifestyle, in your eating habits, and your exercise, I feel like I'm 30 again.
My name is Jeanette Makaena, and I've been seeing Dr. Jodi for a little over a year. And my journey started because I had some health issues. And I can list a few where it was blood pressure, cholesterol, BMI, overweight for many, many years. But most importantly and scary was tumors on my liver that continued to grow year after year. I did follow people doing keto diets, and I was just intrigued by all the different things about it. And I came across Dr. Jodi's post, and I decided to schedule my appointment. And ever since then, I've been a part of the journey. It's been over a year. And I have news to report that I no longer need to be seen by the liver doctor. Alongside of my tumors stopped growing, they're actually shrinking. Since I've been on this journey, I've been taking off all my medications except one blood pressure medication at the lowest dose. As I continue on my journey, it has changed tremendously for me, for my health, and what I do every day. So I'm excited to be a part of this journey and continue to see where it'll take me.
Hi, I'm Sandra Barrino. This is my sister. My sister really was excited about seeing Dr. Jodi, and I seen a lot of signs. My sister and I had a lot of health issues, and we would discuss, and we both had multiple doctors. And I had a really traumatic experience with my doctor, my PCP, who I trusted about 20 years. And, we became friends after all these years. And she, I thought she really cared. But I used to be 213 pounds. And I lost so much weight. I got really sick. And all she did was continue to give medication. And my lowest point was I was 92 pounds. And that's when my sister recommended that I go and see her because it's working. And I did. And Dr. Jodi's brought me so much hope for both of us. And it's really huge to actually have a doctor that cares. And my sister and I can enjoy this journey together. It's been really transforming. And to see my sister, it's amazing. When I first came to see Dr. Jodi, I had the following things, issues wrong with me. I had H. pylori bacteria in my stomach, gastroparesis, gastritis, pancreatitis. How you say that? Squama something. I have a hiatal hernia in my esophagus and narrowing of the pylorus. Also, I had calcification present on my aortic wall. I was anemic. I have 2 benign tumors in my right thyroid. I am pre-diabetic. I am in menopause. I actually started menopause when I was at 42. And that's another story. I was on the devil shot for 10 years. I didn't know that was harmful. I also have osteopenia. I have bulging discs in my T2 and T3. I have slip discs in my L4 and L5. I have sciatica in my left leg. I have chronic headaches, chronic shoulder pain, chronic fatigue syndrome. Yeah. My mom was a single mom, and then, she worked a lot. And we grew up on canned goods, and we had to, a lot of times, fend for ourselves. Mom taught us at a very young age to be very independent. And the three of us girls, we could cook in elementary school, clean house, even shopping with mom. And shopping was whatever was on sale. You know, you go longs. Well, you know, back then Spam was like 79 cents, you know, and 25 cents for Vienna sausage. So everything was, we were on a budget. And yeah, we did regular meals and mom would cook, mostly on the weekends. But, by the time she would come home, she was so exhausted, from working. So, we were always just, we could eat anything.
Fending for ourselves. Simon is the go-to favorite.
Rice and sugar.
Hamburger helper.
No,
Rice had to be
rice
at
was
every
not
meal,
big, yeah.
just so it'll fill us up.
So you just eat half the plate rice, and then that's how we did. That's how we got full.
Mm-hmm.
And we, everybody ate like that. Our cousins, and
Yeah.
we thought it was normal, and we loved it. We love Spam, and for me, my journey continued as an adult. I was a single parent also, and I was busy. So literally, me and the kids ate at McDonald's almost every night, for a while, and it's just quick, fast, and we're not at that point even caring about our health. It's just survival, food on the table,
Mm-hmm.
and now that we're older and we're learning that we're allergic to sugar. Who would have known? Yes. And, we've learned how sugar changes our body. Like, for years, I thought I had irritable bowel syndrome because I never had, hard stool ever in my adult life. And I didn't think anything. I just thought, but once I started to change what I was eating, I was so excited I wanted to take a picture of it. Because, it wasn't something I saw. It was just, I know it's gross. But, it's really amazing, the transformation. I noticed my hair has gotten thicker. My nails, I used to have very thin nails and I would bend backwards. Now it's hard, and even my skin feels nicer.
Yep. Everything she says and ditto. No? Once I had my aha moment with Dr. Jodi and realizing that in my mind growing up, actually, I always felt that I didn't eat much. I ate one meal a day. And I thought, hey, why am I still big? But guess what? Everything that I was eating was sugar. From crackers to gummy bears, lihimoy, and, granted, I didn't eat as much rice as an adult, but Simon was my go-to. Chips, ice cream almost every night, at least a small cup of vanilla was my go-to. And because my mental state of mind was I only ate one meal a day, I was okay eating those things. But what I've learned is I've created myself to be sick after all these years. Gosh, it's like amazing to realize what things turn into sugar, and just to feel the difference between the transformation in how I sleep, what I choose to eat, how I feel, and overall my health has been so much better. And the journey is not easy. I can tell you that much. There are days where I want to have ice cream, but I don't eat the whole cup. I might have a spoon or two, and that's it. And I understand why, because I feel the effects after. So I know what I'm doing to myself, and my body knows too. And I would not go back to what I've been doing all those years. but I'm not gonna also punish myself. I'm still gonna be able to enjoy, but with limitations because I'm aware of what I'm putting in my body now. So that's the excitement of my journey, is having the aha moment for myself. I started doing keto when I made the decision that I wanted to make lifestyle changes one step at a time. And that was the start of my journey and my commitment to myself. I had my children young. I've worked, jobs that was just killing me. And I'm finally at a stage in my life where I need to start focusing on myself. And as my health was getting worse, I decided to make that change and started doing keto when I realized after meeting Dr. Jodi, this was going to be the one that's going to make the difference. And I'm so excited to say that I'm not turning back because I'm glad I started this journey.
I started this journey with keto with Dr. Jodi because I was really sick. I was malnourished and really about to give up hope. And, just from the first time meeting Dr. Jodi, the hope that she gave to me, and she actually listened and sat and looked me in the eyes, and that really meant a lot. I've experienced so many doctors just typing and not even looking at me during my appointments, but learning from Dr. Jodi on what food can do to your body. When I was 92 pounds and malnourished, I was told I could eat anything and everything to gain weight because I had no limit because I was skinny. And I did it. I was eating ice cream. I was going, eating Long John's because Lilyhood Bakery's right there, and I continued to get more sick, and I threw up for 3 years, and finally when I started working, taking this journey with Dr. Jodi, I finally found hunger again. I was starving for so long, and, I could just eat a couple bites of a sandwich, and that would be my meal for the day, and if you look at me today, I look a lot healthier, but I've always struggled with my weight, and, but I feel better and I know what to do, when I'm stressed or want to feel better. I just got to eat better.
Yeah, so you've lost 54 pounds and I think I posted 59 inches, right? Okay, so you can say 54 pounds, 59 inches.
54 pounds and 50 inches, 59 inches.
I think I gained 54 pounds.
Well,
Because I was 92, I'm like 140 now. Right?
she gonna catch,
So I told you, stop, you gotta stop.
Yeah, leave it alone. Leave me alone.
Since I've started my journey with Dr. Jodi, I've lost 54 pounds and 59 inches, and it feels amazing.